Before we begin, this video is based on our own experiences with Code Vein 2 and reflects our personal views on what it offers. As always, we recommend you make your own informed call by looking into the game yourself and ensuring they match your expectations, standards, and personal values. With that out of the way, let's begin. Here's Code Vein 2 14 Tips and Tricks. Between the bigger world, more robust build variety, and tougher bosses, Code Vein 2 has a lot going on. Many of your strategies from the original may carry over, but there's a lot that's new. Let's go over 15 tips and tricks that will help you survive this time-traveling adventure. Diversify your weapon choices. Code Vein 2 offers 7 different weapon classes: the halberd, twin blades, hammer, one-handed sword, two-handed sword, bayonet, and rune blades. Each has its own strengths and weaknesses, if that wasn't obvious enough, and can slot into certain playstyles better than others. Regardless of which weapon you main, however, always keep another that facilitates a different playstyle and switch to it. If you need something faster, keep the twin blades or the one-handed sword handy, for example. Expand on your options by keeping the bayonet for hanging back and any other weapon for closing in on a foe. Nothing is stopping you from going hammer and two-handed sword, obviously, but variety is the spice of life, and may keep you alive. I-frame heavy forma. If you're not going to really rely on your other weapons for the sake of attacking or changing up strategies, then it might be worthwhile for forma like Looming Slash. It offers significant iframes. Think something along the lines of Bloodhound's Finesse from Elden Ring, which is always great for repositioning and dealing damage to foes. While you can get it on a starting weapon, the Ame no Habakiri Greatsword, the downside is that this requires purchasing the deluxe edition. Swapping blood codes. Created a forma-heavy build to cast from range against a foe and needs something more defensive, or at least tankier? Swap blood codes mid-combat. Since there are no restrictions on which weapon types can be used on your blood codes, the build variety and crafting have gone through the roof in Code Vein 2, and it only makes sense to take advantage of that. Increase affinity. Get used to raising affinity with your companions, since this unlocks new passives when they're active alongside you. Unfortunately, you can't just lean on one method like gifting. And while leaning on a select few companions is one of the more surefire ways to increase affinity with them, completing their quest lines is necessary, so pick your favorites and their passives and don't look back. When to assimilate. Assimilation is the new hotness in Code Vein 2, and pretty much an answer for those who preferred going solo in the first game. By assimilating your companion, certain stats are increased, and you'll only be able to activate select link traits during this. While it's ideal in one-on-one fights, especially against bosses or more challenging foes, having the other character out for a potential revive on getting knocked down can be just as game-changing. Maybe you'd prefer fighting 2v1 against a boss to learn their patterns before going 1v1 in an assimilated state. Either way, both can be powerful tools when leveraged correctly. Coordinate attacks. If you stick with your partner more often, try to weave your attacks in between their own. Know when to hang back and flank an opponent while they're occupied. Similarly, try to draw aggro when necessary to keep your partner alive. This strategy is more effective against tough singular opponents. Feel free to go ham against groups of enemies as you see fit. Overburden stats. Overburdening is also new and can be one of the more confusing systems to understand at first glance. Long story short, burdens can occur depending on the stat requirements of equipped gear. If your stat is below the required amount, then you become overburdened, which affects your dodge effectiveness. It also provides some benefits depending on the stat, indicated by 2 red arrows right below it, alongside unique penalties. For example, if your mind stat is overburdened, then maximum Ichor is increased at the cost of requiring an active buff to prevent constant damage. It can become even more severe and thus require more buffs. While they add unique wrinkles to your playstyle, overburdening at least 2 stats will cause you to fat roll, so keep that in mind if dodging is your preferred means of avoiding damage. Early parrying equipment. One of the stronger defense mechanisms, if you can master it, parrying is a mechanic that must be unlocked. More specifically, you need to find an item with it. The Mutinous Bracer on Magmel Island is one such example, and can be found pretty early on with an NPC. If dodging isn't doing the trick and blocking isn't enough, try searching for the NPC near the vendor that upgrades weapons on the island. Once acquired, equip it in the defense slot. Pursue companion quests. It always pays to pursue side quests, especially those of your companions. Not only can these give different weapons as rewards, but those can also come equipped with different forma that may complement your build or open up new options. So take the time out and see what your companions need done. It may be worth your while. Destroy map jammers. If you've seen a twisted tree with glowing purple lights, don't just admire it, destroy it. This is a map jammer, and destroying it will reveal more of the surrounding area. Check for any red circles on your map. These are areas where jammers can be found, and while they don't contribute to any trophies or achievements, destroying jammers in dungeons can be vital for getting a better idea of where to go. Travel path. Code Vein 2's larger, more open areas may not be exactly what longtime fans were hoping for, but don't worry. Alongside the bike forma for getting around more effectively, there's the travel path function. When activated with R1 and R3, or right button and right stick, it showcases new and old travel lines. If you're unsure where to go in an area, try activating it and singling out any unexplored areas. Recommended early game weapons. If you're looking for some strong weapons in the early going, the Stateman's longbow is well worth using. A bequeathed forma, it's found on Magmel Island in 2177, on the outskirts of the ruins. While you're here, seek out the merchant to the west, near the coast. They sell the Silver Shot Bayonet, a strong starting bayonet. On the defensive side is the Bleeding Shield, but it's found in 2277 in the Sunken City's Undead Forest. Alongside providing excellent defense, it also completely nullifies physical damage. Max out Blood Code Proficiency. Along with Affinity, you should also pay attention to Blood Code Proficiency. Once maxed out, look for a red star next to its XP bar. Go talk to the companion that it's associated with. They'll give you a higher tier version which offers improved stats. If you ever feel stuck and already have upgraded weapons, try nabbing an improved blood code to further tip the odds in your favor. Talk to Lou. Last, but certainly not least, talk to Lou in the Confluence whenever you're stuck. Alongside tips, she'll provide hints on what to do next. And while you're there, check out the bookshelf in the same area. It has an option for rewatching cutscenes. Hey, did you know that we at Gaming Bolt upload new videos every day? Stick around, drop a like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And let us know what kind of content you'd like to see in the future with a comment below.